Welcome, Larry. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi, Meredith.
Larry, I want to start with the topic that has been consuming all of us for the past year, and that is the pandemic. Oracle has played a critical role in helping organizations manage through COVID-19 as both a cloud provider that has enabled organizations to be resilient and as a provider of critical technologies to help the world get vaccinated. Can you tell us a little bit more about the specifics of what Oracle's been doing?
Sure. I think one of the big differences between cloud technology or cloud applications and the applications that came before is we come up with a new version of our cloud applications every 3 months. And we literally deliver thousands of features to our customers every 3 months at a constant cadence. Where it used to be, back in the days when Oracle had e-business suite was its primary on-premise product, our big competitor there, SAP, that we would have new versions measured in some number of years. Every 2, 3, 4, 5 years, there'd be a major new release coming out with new features and technology. Now it's every 3 months. So when COVID showed up, uninvited, by the way, one of the things we were able to do was quickly update our human capital management software and put in features that allowed customers to keep track of their employees who had been tested, or put in testing programs for their employees, so that if some employees could work at home. Another great thing about cloud technology and the Oracle suite of Fusion applications is whatever you can do at the office, whatever features you can do at the office, you can do this at home or while traveling. Every single feature of our Fusion applications, our Fusion financials, you can do journal entries on smartphones while traveling. You can, obviously things like expense reports and things like that, but no, every single feature is available on tablets and available on smartphones. So we enabled our customers to continue working, even though a lot of their employees weren't coming to work. But there are some industries where you can't work at home, like if you're assembling Tesla cars. And there are a number of things where you have to go to the office. And in that case, Oracle updated its HCM software within the next release in that 90-day windows. Really, it was about half the time. We were right in the middle. So our next release was coming out in 45 days. So we put in features that allowed customers to keep track of their employees who are having COVID tests. Since then, we've done a whole bunch of things in terms of now managing back to work, helping employees and employers, work out how to come back to work safely. So that was one of the things. But A, it's very important for COVID, but B, it really highlights one of the key differences between modern cloud technology and what came before, in that we give you new features and functions every 3 months. And we're really the only ERP system that does that. There is no other ERP system in the world that comes out with a release every 90 days, or our leading competitor comes out with a release they still come out with a release every several years. So again, this uniquely positions us to address continuous change, not a massive migration to a new version, but continuous improvement, and respond to continuous opportunities, and be very, very agile and operate on this 90-day cycle.
So you spoke about Oracle Cloud. I think it's worth noting that Oracle runs its own business on Oracle Cloud. Can you tell us how that's helped Oracle respond to and drive change in its own business?
Yeah, well, Oracle's had to go through lots and lots of changes, right? Our fundamental business model changed from, we used to sell software, if you will, licensed software, and then our customers would run that software on their own computers. So the model was, again, you send us a purchase order, we send you the software, we provide services and support around that software. And we went from that business model of selling software to, if you will, renting a monthly service. So we've gone from sales of a software product to being a supplier of a cloud service. And one of the things Oracle is working very hard to do is help customers preserve that huge investment they have in data centers and be able to gracefully, if they so choose, at a time of their choosing, gracefully move those on-premise data center applications into the cloud. But there's going to be this long period of coexistence where you're partially in the cloud and partially still on premise with your own data centers. And you got to handle that transition gracefully. That's what we were faced with. We had to make a transition. We could still sell software, but our cloud business is now bigger, if you will, than our software, our old software business. Our revenue recognition changed entirely. How we bill our customers, how we service our customers. So our service systems changed radically, and we were able to do that and respond very, very quickly by using our own Fusion software, the Fusion software suite. Not just Fusion Financials, but Fusion Financials, Fusion Supply Chain. Fusion has so much automation in it. The Fusion Financial software is so good versus what we had before. And we had a pretty good product before that we actually close our books and report 10 days after the quarter is over. So we're the fastest filer of any large company in the world. I'm not even sure there are any small companies that file as fast as we do. I just don't know. But we're able to do that because our Fusion Financial software automate a lot of things like intercompany transfers. I can go on with details, but a whole bunch of stuff is automated. A lot of consolidations are automated. We use a lot of AI inside of our Fusion suite to automate processes that used to be done manually. And with this automation, it's done two things. One is it's sped things up, but it's also dramatically reduced errors through the automation. And obviously saved us a lot of money and saved us a lot of time. So we're actually able to file in 10 days with much higher accuracy than we ever filed with the old system. So not only are we taking less time, we're spending less money, we're providing a much higher degree of accuracy than we ever have. This pandemic has changed the way we work. It's changed the relationship of employers and their employees, companies and their suppliers, companies and their customers. And if we didn't have this 90-day cycle of adding new features to our Fusion suite, there's no way we could quickly respond to the rate of change we're currently experiencing and our customers are currently experiencing in their business models, with their customers, with their employees. If you're getting one of these systems that takes you several years and is very expensive to implement, that in itself is a problem. But what's worse is what you end up with in the end is a system that's very difficult to change, very difficult to enhance. There's almost no point to go to a system, go to a new version of a system like that. It's not much different than what you already have. And if you want to have agility, if you want to be able to do continuous innovation, if you want to be able to respond to changing demands and emerging opportunities in your business, you have to have automation systems that continuously innovate and continuously change as the world changes. You can't change once every 5 years. It's got to be once every 90 days.
Well, Larry, thank you so much for your insights and great advice for kicking off this event with you.
My pleasure. Thank you.